Welcome to TSIB Talks, where we share information on construction insurance and its possible effect on your business. Enjoy our latest episode.
So before we get started, would both of you like to introduce yourselves real quick?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Mike Phillips. I'm the RAP manager for the service center department at TSIB. I've been with the company for a little over 8 years now. Prior to that, I was an insurance agent for roughly 3 years.
And my name is Jill Garrity. I've been in the industry overall for 30 years, most recent 12 here with TSIB. Currently the Director of Operations for RAP Administration. I oversee TSIB's RAP program from a national perspective.
Okay, thank you both. Our topic today is about RAP administration. So let's dive into things with a basic question. What is the difference between a traditional insurance and a controlled insurance program?
Yeah, so a traditional insurance construction job is typically when all contractors that are working on the job are bringing their own required insurance lines to the table, whereas a wrap-up or SIP job is a project-specific type of insurance program that can cover a few different lines of liability and or workers' compensation.
Oh, that's interesting. So based off of these differences you discussed, why is a RAP beneficial then overall?
So one key benefit of a RAP is that it provides one insurance program for all. So meaning that instead of contractors all bringing their own coverage, which may or may not be sufficient for that given project, the RAP provides the coverage and at the same or potentially an even lower cost. So the coverage is also usually broader than what the contractor can provide on their own.
Right. And the rates and coverage are typically fixed for the life of the project. So that that gives a little more insight and upfront costs and controls for that.
That's a great point, Mike. A third important feature of RAP is that it can reduce third-party litigation exposure. So since there's just one insurer and a team of dedicated resources, you don't have to deal with the multiple carriers associated with a traditional program.
So keeping these benefits in mind, what are the two main types of wrap-ups and how are they different?
Yeah, so typically it's either OSIP or CSIP. So OSIP stands for Owner Controlled Insurance Program. CSIP stands for Contractor Controlled Insurance Program. I've even seen some where they're referred to as USIPs, which is a University Controlled Insurance Program. And that's, it's probably equivalent to what an owner controlled program is. So those are the main types. But if you drill down even further, there's what's known as full wraps, which is a combination of general liability and workers' comp. And then you can have GL only, which is just general liability. And there's workers' comp only, which, as you could probably guess, is workers' comp only.
So, Mike, would you agree that the key difference between them is who's paying for it?
Yeah, it's just who's the sponsor of the program, the sponsor being who's paying for it. But from an administration perspective, there's really no difference between them.
And one other thing to mention here, in addition to the usual coverages, wrap-ups can even contain lines of insurance like pollution or professional liability.
Now, from a risk management side of things, what is a RMIS system and why is that important to a project success?
That's a great question. A solid RMIS system, which incidentally stands for Risk Management Information System, is the solution for automating and streamlining RAP administration. And our system, especially RAPWorks, is scalable, flexible, customizable, depending on whatever the client might need. We can provide customized reports, customized views. And another important thing to mention about that is that RAPWorks works in real time. So the data that's entered now can be transferred into a report immediately.
Yeah, those are all great points, Jill. I'll just add in that our contractor portal, which is designed for contractors to manage their SIP requirements, they can do everything in there from enrollment to payroll to uploading the necessary documents. It's all entirely paperless.
And just another quick thing to point out, one of the other great features of the contractor portal is there's tons of user help guides and user videos to show the contractors exactly how to navigate through the system.
So pretty much it seems that TSIB's RMIS system really helps with overall project success. So with this being said, from a TSIB standpoint, what are some key duties the RAP admin team performs during their projects?
Yeah, the RAP admin team is really the heart and soul of SIP administration. They are the main point of contact for the subcontractors, and anything that they need to do, they being the subcontractors, anything they have to do in order to be compliant with the SIP requirements, the admin can assist with. From overall portal navigation, data points that are needed for the enrollment process, what's needed for insurance costs, payroll information, and what are the requirements for that according to which state the project would be in, as well as certificate reviews and additional insured endorsements, and then assisting with the closeout process and what needs to happen there.
Your first point, Mike, you are exactly right. They are definitely the heart and the soul of our RAP administration process, and they're also the best of the best.
Great, great. So for anyone unfamiliar, TSIB is actually known to be a RAP admin leader. Based off of this, what does TSIB provide to clients that others don't?
We definitely provide a lot of things to clients that others cannot. For starters, TSIB has centralized RAP operations. Our service center is located in Shelton, Connecticut. Centralized operations allows for our team to help each other as needed. We also focus on continuous learning. Our team is all CRIS certified, which stands for Construction Risk Insurance Specialist. This certification gives them a solid background and understanding of the typical policies and coverage under a RAP, as well as basic understanding of how all of this works in the context of the construction industry. And finally, another plus for us is that our team, from RAP administrators to program managers, also perform frequent follow-ups. We reach out to contractors and clients about any non-compliant items. Could be missing payroll, could be a missing or incorrect certificate of insurance. And over the years, we're proud to be able to say that we maintain a compliance rate of 95%. The bottom line is that maintaining and monitoring project compliance is a big factor in helping to ensure the RAP's success.
Yeah, and just something that I'd like to throw in there. We try to provide a human touch to all of our clients. We make sure each client receives personal service from our team of professional wrap-up administrators. Whatever the client's needs or wants are and key highlights, that's what we try to keep in mind when we're doing this.
So knowing this about everything that TSIB can provide for them, how can clients benefit from a wrap-up?
Yeah, so when bidding, contractors remove their own insurance costs from the contract price, that's otherwise known as bid net. The sponsor purchases the wrap-up insurance, so the contractors don't charge you for their own insurance. This can result in a direct savings for whoever's paying for the SIP, again, whether that's the general contractor or the owner. Buying insurance like this in bulk can give the sponsor more negotiating power with the carriers. In addition to favorable pricing can also be affected by whether there is some sort of risk retention done by the owner or the general contractor, as well as access to RAP administration that goes along with the RAP cost savings. These factors alone or combined can lead to better pricing and superior policy terms and conditions.
All true, Mike. And also to add, the guaranteed costs of a wrap-up are known up front at the beginning of the project, and the premium stays stable.
So moving on to our final question to kind of wrap everything up, no pun intended. How can a wrap-up help to manage claim costs?
So since a wrap-up is a dedicated insurance program for a specific project or projects, it's not impacted by claims from other unrelated activities. This ensures coverage is always available when it's needed.
Yeah, and there's an incentive for the carrier to quickly find solutions when claims arise instead of going straight to litigation, trying to figure out who's paying for what. This approach saves money and prevents time lost on the project schedule.
Great point, Mike. Also, as I mentioned earlier, there's a reduction in cross-litigation since all enrolled parties are insured under the same policy.
Great. So thank you both for taking the time to chat today and provide our listeners with a lot of information on the ins and outs of RAP administration. We really appreciated it.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for listening to this episode of TSIB Talks. If you like this content, be sure to follow for new episodes. Until next time.